Hey Warrior Moms, Michelle here again, and we have questions in the group. First off, we have awesome questions in the group, and now we're having so much more engagement and great feedback from other moms who maybe can answer some of these questions too. So you guys are beating me to the punch, and I absolutely love it. So this question came up for a bunch of you, so I'm going to tag you all in it, and it's in regards to potty training. What are the tips that we can give to help our children potty train? So before I jump into it, I just want to clarify that there's really no exact set in stone way to teach every single child that may be on the spectrum to potty train. Every case is individual. So before we even get into some of the tips that I do have, what I would want to say is if your child is toddler age and there's no other underlying tough behaviors that you're dealing with, such as like constant tantruming or aggression, then I would say that's a green light to start trying to potty train. And then the other scenario is if the children are older, as long as there's no crazy other behavioral things going on that probably need to be addressed before this, then I wouldn't attempt this. So we kind of want to have our children in like that, listen, we have autism, but we have our needs met regularly. We're not tantruming as much. We don't have a lot of other problem behaviors going. We're not being aggressive. We're not biting, kicking. We're not tantruming every day for reasons we don't understand. We don't want to add more to the fire, so to speak, more gasoline to the fire if they're already struggling with other behavioral issues. So that's number one. So once we get past that and say, listen, yeah, my kid's got, my child has autism, but this is something that we have to address, and we have a good team in place, and we're getting all these other goals, we're reaching milestones with these other goals. So I feel like potty training we're ready for it. So that's number one. You're going to check in with your mommy gut and make sure that in your mind you think that your child's ready for us to tackle this new experience of learning how to go on the potty. And this goes for any age now. So number one, after you've established that, is the first thing we want to do is put the child on a schedule. And one of the moms already answered, and I totally love this. You're going to put the child on a schedule. So it's going to be really frequent at first. So it could be like every 15 minutes, every 10 minutes, every half hour, every hour. It just has to happen that way. And we're going to have them obviously try to go on the potty, either if it's a smaller child to go on a little potty, or if it's a bigger kid, we're going to have them go to the bathroom and try to go potty there. So that's number one, is we're going to put them on a schedule. We're going to set a timer. Number two is we love to load these kids full of drinks. So lots of salty snacks so that they're thirsty, and then lots of drinks. We want to really, really reinforce the need to have to go. And another thing too, I want to just preface with all of this is that expect accidents. When we did our potty training, I did it in a room that did not have a rug, that had wipeable furniture, like, the pleather or leather. I don't even know if we had a full-on leather couch back then. It might have been like fake leather, whatever. Anyway, a room that has lots of areas that you can clean, and be prepared that you will have messes. There's going to be accidents. This is not like something where it's just like, oh, one and done, it's so great, they just got it. No. And no potty training's like that too. And if you do have a child like that, that's a unicorn, and you need to just embrace that unicorn, because potty training both of my kids, my daughter on the spectrum and my son who is typical, was nothing but close to a poop show. But anyway, we got through it, and both are potty trained now. So I'm just sharing with you what worked for us, not only for my my daughter on the spectrum, but for my typical son. Number three, after you've loaded them up with lots of drinks, lots of salty snacks, we're gonna put them on a schedule. Number three is I want you to do data collection. And this doesn't have to be something that's totally crazy or hard to manage or something that you're gonna sweat. Basically, you can just pull out a piece of paper and you can just say the time you put them on the potty or her on the potty. Did they go yes or no? Did they do peep? Did they do poop? Believe it or not, our kids kind of have a schedule of like a puppy does. I hate to even describe my puppy. I hear him in the background, but you'll start to see a pattern. So you'll be able to kind of like anticipate when they might be going or when they may go based upon what the data says. So the data collection is just super easy. We just want to know specifically when you put them on, did they pee or poop? Did they do it in their pants or did they actually do it on the toilet? And that's how I would start the process of the potty training. Once you really do this, and what I would do is honestly, I would commit it to doing it on like a weekend or a couple of days where you know you can be off, because you want to try and do it at least in like a 3-day span. A lot of the traditional potty training methods would still apply here. And then obviously if they're going potty, like when, you know, you put them on the potty, we want to give them crazy reinforcements. So whatever that would be, you want to bring out your high dollar reinforcements when they do go on the potty. So for some kids, some moms I've worked with, it's just mommy's praise and hugs. For other kids, it can be snacks. It could be iPad time. It could be anything. So these are my tips to get you rolling. But like I said, just prefaced with making sure that, you know, you're checking with your mommy gut, making sure this is the right time to train, to do potty training. I know some of us are so frustrated. We have older kids that still need to learn. But I want to make sure that we're on a path towards progress with behavioral issues before we jump onto the potty. I hope this was helpful. If anyone else has any other questions, please comment below and I will create a video just for you. Kisses, my ladies. Talk to you soon.